I'm diving back into some Indiana Jones content. I collected a handful of questions I had myself after a recent rewatch of all the movies, and today I'm covering one. How does Indiana Jones know Jock, and what happened to him after their little trip to Peru? Jock Lindsey was originally a stunt pilot who moved to Venezuela after suffering some kind of flight-related tragedy. It was in South America that he met Indiana Jones, who needed a pickup from Cuba in 1934. The archaeologist got stuck in Havana while searching for the Aztec Calendar of the Sun. Jock continued to work with Indy on occasion after that, flying Indy and Marcus Brody to Tibet in 1936 during their search for a tomb in Siberia. Shortly after that particular adventure, Jock and Indy returned to South America, specifically Peru, where Indy attempted to recover a sacred fertility idol in Jovito territory. The two narrowly escaped the expedition after Indy was betrayed by his rival Belloc. Sometime in between the search for the Ark and the quest for the Holy Grail, Jock flew Indy over some ruins in the Aleutian Islands. And finally, in 1938, the pilot took the treasure hunter to Florida as part of his search for the Fountain of Youth. On that trip, Jock fell in love with a small town, so he eventually returned to America in 1948 to set up a hangar, which he eventually turned into a bar 7 years later. And that's it. I'm always surprised at how little story small background characters in Indiana Jones have compared to Star Wars. Jock only appears in 3 actual stories, and the rest of his background is from a role-playing sourcebook. For trivia, 2 of the names of his planes are Star Wars related. In the comic Indiana Jones and the Tomb of the Gods, his plane is called Obi-Wan, and of course in Raiders, his biplane is Obi-CPO. Jock Lindsey is the only acting credit of Fred Sorensen, who was an actual pilot. He remained a commercial pilot after shooting Raiders, but wound up helping Steven Spielberg during the filming of Jurassic Park when a hurricane stranded him in Hawaii. And that's it. That's all we know about Jock, but I didn't know any of that until today. It's fun doing these Indiana Jones videos on occasion. It's like a return to the Star Wars Minute days where I'm teaching myself just as often as I'm explaining something I already know. Let me know if there are any other Indiana Jones topics you want me to cover, because I plan to keep that going as Indiana Jones 5 approaches closer and closer. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with mostly Star Wars but occasional Indiana Jones content, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and remember, it's not the years, it's the mileage.